Well, good evening. We begin tonight with that law that has been 2 decades in the making. Starting in October, immigrants in Minnesota will be able to drive legally, regardless of their citizenship status, after Governor Walz today signed the driver's licenses for all bill. As John Croman reports, a broad coalition came together to turn this dream, decades old, into a law.
When Governor Walz put pen to paper at the National Guard Armory, he made Minnesota the 19th state in the nation where immigrants can apply for a state driver's license regardless of citizenship status. This celebration was long in coming, and many here were flashing back to the times they've been at the state capitol asking for the right to drive without fear that a routine traffic stop could lead to deportation.
We can now breathe a little bit of the relief.
Ovita Morales got involved in the movement that day in August of 2007 when she learned her children were on that bus on the collapsed 35W bridge and she couldn't legally drive to reach them.
Thank you to all of you guys. Thank you for being here. And finally, I'm gonna have my driver license too. I'm gonna be joining you.
The movement picked up broad support, including from the farming industry, including people like Mark Check, a dairy farmer from central Minnesota who relies on immigrant labor.
Without them, a lot of these farms are going to be gone. I know in the dairy industry, it's a very big deal. Some of our employees probably came here illegally, and it's nearly impossible for them to become a citizen, and yet they pay in state, and federal, and Social Security. And our government takes all the money, and I'm just thinking after 5-10 years of doing that, isn't that almost enough to become a citizen?
It was not only about a document to drive safely in the streets of Minnesota, but it is a little piece of independence.
Pablo Tapia's been in this fight for longer than most.
Por muchos años.
In fact, this is file video from the first time I interviewed him 22 years ago at a rally at Our Lady of Guadalupe in St. Paul.
It feels like it's been 22 days, but it also feels like it's been 2,200 years, because I have seen the devastation that these negative anti-immigrant policies made.
At this gathering, acknowledgement from the politicians that they merely carried the ball in the legislature while many others laid the groundwork and made the connections.
And it's been a dedication of organizing in this movement together, not just in St. Paul and Minneapolis, but this entire state, which is represented here. And we said, "Si se puede" and "Si se pudo."
Si se puede. That was the slogan that reverberated off these Capitol walls for years. It means we can do it. In the last couple of weeks, that changed to si se pudo, meaning we did it. Back to you, Jana.
And as John pointed out, this is the law in many other states. Now, what's the opposition? It's been there for years. Opponents have said this kind of thing would open the door for illegal immigration or fraud. But the people who wrote these bills said these driver's licenses don't have anything to do with how people get to vote or get a real ID in the state of Minnesota.